yourself alongside these names. So what you gotta do, you gotta tear yourself a little lower, and you gotta say, you know what? I want to get to this level. So now you know what you gotta do. You got to get on those big stages. You got to travel. So if you got to spend your money and say, you know what? I'm not international. These guys are international. This is why they on these parties. You're going to have to get your money, get your passport, and say, you know what? I'm going to spend my money, and I'm going to go, even if it's one island a year, I'm going to go to Trinidad. I'm going to go to Jamaica. Let me tell you something, bro. Let me tell you something, bro. I have kids that I've missed their birthdays consistently. I miss my daughter who just came home from school. I missed her when she walked for the first time. I was backstage in Barbados, looking to pursue the dream, dog. This men out here, we miss our kids. We miss time with our kids. We miss families. I was supposed to go to Africa this year.
Me too.
I didn't go to Africa because I didn't want to miss Christmas and New Year's. So I chose to stay home for Christmas, but then I missed New Year's with my family. And we consistently do that. We travel. We're by ourselves. We eat fucked up. Hold on. We eat fucked up.
Cab child
we
major
sleep
all
fucked up.
have.
And we go out there and listen. As much times as you see us winning over the crowd, every day is not a bag of sunshine, dog.
No, I know that. I know that.
And this thing, dog, this thing, you gotta be willing to take licks, dog. Licks for years. And you gotta, bro, it's just like anything else. You gotta do the work, bro. You gotta do the leg work, and you gotta start from the bottom, bro. I didn't start out headlining big shows.
Oh, right. I never really had any issue with playing outside the country and all them kind of things. I just never really looked into it as hard. Like again, before I used to play in the Arc and Soca Arena and them kind of things, but I never really looked at that. Right. What I'm saying.
I played them places. Them shits apartments now, bro. We don't want to hear about none of that, bro. Right. 2025, dog.
Right. Hear me out. I never really looked into the overseas market now. Like when you go, say like what you're saying, when you go to Trinidad, you go to Jamaica, and you go to them places, and it coming up. I never really looked at the kind of overseas market now because I didn't really look at I didn't necessarily know.
Oh gosh, let them talk.
Financial aspect of it now. So coming up, I was more into my school, trying to get my degrees and them kind of thing. Yes, I have a daughter now. You know, there's been times I done miss.
Hold on. Sorry to cut you. You're talking to a guy who has a degree in science and labor. And labor studies. You're talking to a guy who has a 9 to 5. All right. You're talking to an educated guy who went to school, but you are talking to a guy. One thing, I didn't make no excuses, and one thing I did, I was real with myself, my brother. And one thing I think people gotta be understand is you gotta be real with yourself. And if you wanna be someplace, right, you can't look at somebody and be like, yo, this person here and this person here, yo, you don't know the journey
that they went
some
through.
of us went through, and you don't know how many times we fell short, dog.
Yeah.
You don't know how much time we fell short, dog. And we had to get up and say, you know what? I'm gonna take that. All right. So I'm not here to discourage you, but at the same time, it's a lot of DJs that will think the way you think, because the first thing you said, why are all the promoters booking the same guys, and they're not booking guys based on their mixing talent? They're booking guys based on their
Who the
followers.
fuck are you? First of all, don't nobody know who you are. DJ Vibes NYC, Master Vibes.
I'm gonna tell you the truth, my nigga. I could really mix music, bro. I'm a student of
Hold on. I wasn't coming at.
No. I'm just saying it. I'm just saying it to say it. All right.
Oh, yeah. I didn't mean that like that. Come in.
What I'm saying is, if you feel like it's just talent alone that's gonna get you through, it's not it, bro.
Right.
It's hard work and dedication and sacrifice, bro. And if you're
Why
not willing
Philip
to
come
do
in?
that, you will never reach
Rigo.
where you want to reach, bro. You will never reach where you want to reach. And yo, bro, and the thing about when I did this, I never did it to be popular, and I never did it to make money. I did it for the
Right.
love.
Right.
I
Yeah.
did it for the love.
That's
And that's
exactly
what
what it is.
and if you love something, you're gonna do it regardless. And when people see that you love something, they're gonna gravitate to you because they're like, yo, he's not doing it for the limelight, and he's not doing it for the what you call it. And you know how you can tell that? Watch a DJ in a flop party. Watch a DJ play in a party that has no people.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah.
Watch a DJ play in a flop party.
Hold on
All
there.
right?
Hold on there. Hold on there. Yeah, man. Yeah. They're gonna pick up just now. I'm gonna pick up my
Bro, I'm not here. I'm not here to I don't want to feel like I'm yelling. I'm a passionate guy. You understand?
No, no, no.
I got a lot of love.
Hey,
I got a
bro.
lot of love for DJs, but if you want, yo, bro, I feel like you want to take it to the next level, but you're holding on to a lot of shit from the
The
past.
past.
It's 2025. Forget about the art. Listen.
I ain't too. Well, look.
Forget about
It's
the
not so much
art. Forget about Soca Arena and all them places.
right.
It's
It's not so
2025.
much.
What we doing?
Hear me out, Doctor.
What we doing?
Hear me out. It's not so much that is something that I yes. If it comes, then of course it comes. You know what I mean?
No, you can't think like that. It will never come. If
But
it
it's
comes,
not.
it will never come. You can't.
But it's not something. It's not something where I could
Temptations.
say, well, alright, you know what? If I don't get this, then I ain't. You know what I mean? I go. I ain't gonna do well and them kind. It's not in that vibe, right? I'm not saying like, oh
He's
my
not
God, end
listening.
all be all them kind of thing. That's not what I'm looking at it like. And no, I would never look at it like that because I've always loved DJing for the passion. You know what I mean? If I end up getting a check for it, then fine. But my passion.
We waiting on
has always
Jesus
been
to come.
DJing.
Nah, boy.
And it's never wavered. It has never wavered. I always looked for me again. I say this from the minute I started playing to now.
Let me ask you,
I'm
what
a
do you
fan
want?
first.
What is it you want? For 2025, what do you want out of 2025 for yourself? What do you want?
For myself, musically, right? Musically, I would like to move forward a little bit more. Yes, and I am making those steps in that regard too.
That is the broadest statement I've ever heard in my life. What do you want to do?
It is.
Come on, dog. What you gotta, yo, bro? If you don't believe, nobody's gonna believe, and it's not gonna happen. What do you want?
I want really to be taken more serious when it comes to the music. And in regards to that, I mean, it doesn't necessarily, again, yes, that, and it's not so much if it don't happen and all that time and things. I understand where you're going with that. But I want to reach the bigger stages again, where I think I can be a benefit to a crowd. Where I think that I can, and again, listen, and yes,
You think?
yeah, well, okay, no, I see what you're saying. I know I can be a benefit to a crowd. Now, to what you were saying earlier, I'm gonna go back so much, but to what you were saying earlier with the early warm and them kind of things, I am a huge fan of early warm, right? They don't do early warm anymore. Nowadays, early warm is the hype.
Who's they?
Tuesday.
Kevin,
Stop it, Kevin.
You telling me that, dog? But respectfully, you tell me you don't go nowhere.
Kevin, I just go. I have been to a couple of your fete already, right?
Okay.
Right? And by a couple, and not just two. I've been to about 4 or 5 in your fete. You.
Okay.
I didn't really go because all them other guys was there. I went because you was there.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Now again, early warm is anytime, before everything get the hype and all them kind of thing. Right? So you don't expect early warm to be all 2, 3 anymore. Right? But when you pull up in a fete and you say, well, alright, let's say the fete starting 10 o'clock. Right? If 11 o'clock I pull up, not to say that I could tell somebody else what to play and that kind of thing. When long time early warm was a lot different. Early warm used to be them kind of, I know, your Anita Bakers and your your slower kind of reggae and them kind of style there so much. It wasn't so much in the not saying soca wasn't really playing the early warm, but the early warm wasn't as hypey as what the
He
rest of the
living in
fete does be.
1995.
So
That's it.
when you know what I mean. So when you come in, you'll hear your long time Michael Jackson or your long time
Can I say something, right? As a fan of music, I love Michael Jackson and I love Anita Baker, right? But when I first started going to parties, right? I started going to parties around 12, 13. 14, I was going out every week. I was sneaking out the house. Sometimes they wouldn't let me in, right?
Right.
I didn't want to hear nothing from the 60s. In the 90s. I didn't want to hear nothing from the 60s. It's 2025, okay? These people don't want to hear all that stuff from the 90s. All right? Back in the days. Things change, things evolve. You got to evolve with the times, my bro. You got to keep it pushing. So you can't complain about the environment you're in. You got to adapt to the environment, all right? I do understand what you're saying about the early warm, but you cannot say they don't early warm. There are people who rush the dance, but that's a problem. That is not good. But to say they don't early warm, there are phenomenal DJs who can give you a phenomenal early warm. It may not be what you want it to be. Hold on. It may not be what you want it to be, but it's 2025, my brother. It's 2025, dog.
I remember you had a live a while ago, talking about that too. The how certain people just rush the dance now. And when you did talk about that, I said, well,
Yeah.
and when you did talk about that, I said, well,
Yeah, this thing froze up.
hold up the fed until I kind of want to in the morning anyhow, right? So, but when you did come up with that live and you did talk that thing, I said, well, boy, Kevin, know what you're talking, because when you pull up in the fed, you're hearing the newest Marshall already. You're hearing the newest Bungie Gallon. You're hearing the newest Vibes Cartel and all them things. Not to say that, again, it's 2 o'clock in the morning,
That's not every
so had to be going on already.
That's not every party. When that happens, that is an issue, and that's not what I'm talking about. All right? What you're saying is correct. There are times where that happens. That is not supposed to happen, and we have a problem with that. But
I find that is a problem. Because,
okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Do you know what do you know what happens? No.
Yeah.
The
What happens?
people still have to you still have to find something to play.
Yeah, okay, of course, yeah.
So that this is I think what right now what I'm asking you is about